Today I want to tell you why being your whole, unique, quirky, strange self is your most important mission in this world. They say that comparing ourselves to others is futile, and we know that that's true. But especially when you're starting out as a professional healer or light worker or therapist, it's normal that we compare ourselves to others and look for guidance, look for people who are doing it the way that we want to do it. But there's a fine line between admiration and envy. And by the end of this video, I want you to really feel that no one else has your unique expression. And this is shown in the birth chart, that there is nobody else quite like you. When we're comparing ourselves and judging ourselves, then we're not valuing what we really have to offer. We live in this world of continuous images. Even from the moment we wake up, if we pick up our phone and start looking at something, then we are just faced with this stream of images, people, places, triggering our desires, triggering our emotions in so many different ways. And so what we do when we're looking at all of these images, then we are unconsciously, sometimes consciously, making assumptions, making judgments, labeling. It's what the mind does. The mind labels the world around us so that we can understand and comprehend the world and our place in comparison to it. So this isn't something unnatural that we do, this comparing. But the thing is that now in the world that we live in, it's been intensified because there's so many things that we're looking at. And our minds are very intelligent, they're very fast. I don't know if you've ever had the experience where you've dreamt of something that you've seen online, but something that you weren't even concentrating on. Our minds are very quick to pick up information. When we are labeling, judging, naming, this is what we call projection. And we do that with everything, because when we see something, then we automatically put it through this filter of our past and our experience and our memories. You could imagine, if you like, our energy as currency. So as we are projecting and labeling and comparing ourselves to the images that we see, then we're actually giving away a little bit of our energy, giving away some currency. And it means our bank is emptying a little bit each time. And so by the end of the day, you're so full of like other people's stuff and like what they're doing and how I could do it better and what I should be doing and what I need to work on, that you've given away all of this currency and you're this mix of everything that you've seen to call back that currency, to call back that energy that you've been projecting throughout the day. Stand, feet firmly on the ground, maybe a little bit apart, in a very kind of almost like a warrior position. Stand feet firmly on the ground and imagine that your feet are plugging into the earth. The earth is like the socket and your feet are plugging in, and you're standing there and you're going, I call back my energy. Everything that I've been projecting today, I call it back, and demand that your energy comes back to you and call it back. Feel yourself whole. You might see flashbacks of all of those things that you've been projecting as you're literally calling the energy back to you and coming back to your connection with that. This is a great way to just let go of those comparisons and just be aware when you are admiring or envying. Feel the difference between those two energies. I remember I discovered this spiritual teacher, and she was fantastic. As I started to listen to her podcast, she said all of the words that I would say. She was using similar ideas. I was like, oh my God, she's doing the things that I'm planning to do. I was like, shit, somebody's done it before me. And I started panicking that all of a sudden I was going to sound like I was copying her. And I started to get into this envy. And then I joined one of her free webinars. And in the first 10 minutes of seeing her live, she was fantastic, amazing energy, really exciting, but just not my thing. And in that moment, I realized that we just all have this unique vibration, that we're not supposed to be like someone else. We're supposed to offer our unique guidance, our unique service in a way that nobody else does. And so that brings me on to the next idea, which is about this imposter syndrome. You'll have heard it before, where especially when we're just starting out as a professional therapist, that you feel like maybe you're a fraud or that you're not good enough, that you haven't got enough skills yet, that you need to learn more, that you need to have more practice, even though you've been doing it for the last 25 years on the people around you. But there's something in us that is so fearful of doing it wrong, of being inauthentic, that we can start to believe these ideas that we're not good enough. But what I've learned is that being good enough is in relative terms. The people who you are here to serve are the people that have maybe had similar experiences to you and that have been through similar things. But you've come out the other side and maybe they're still going through them. So just having those few experiences, that little bit of wisdom that you've developed over these years, is enough to be able to serve the people that need you. And that's why you're being called, because you do have enough. You might not be at that level of that person that you've seen online that you are aspiring to, who's had different experiences, who's had different learnings, but the people that you're working with are not necessarily going to resonate with that. They're going to resonate with what you have to offer. And so it's a case of reminding ourselves, bringing ourselves out of the mind, into the body, reconnecting with our inner wisdom. We did a video not so long ago about holding your vibration. This is really important when you feel like your mind is over comparing, is having these thoughts about being inauthentic. And actually even just us worrying about being authentic shows how important it is for us to want to do good in the world. And we will be supported for that by the universe, by our guides in spirit. In the birth chart, you're represented as the sun. And even though all of the other planets in the birth chart are also parts of you, it is said that all of those points in the chart are in service to the sun. Just like in our solar system, all of the planets in the solar system revolve around the sun. And it's the sun's job to emit its light, to remain stable. And just as the sun in our solar system emits its light, you, the sun in your solar system, are also here to emit your light. We have to shine in our unique way, not because of an ego thing, but because it's part of the collective evolution. You sharing your gifts is an important part of human evolution. And that might sound big, but we each have our part, no matter how small. When you're aligned with that inner wisdom, then that will come through. Your light will come through. And as my astrology teacher, Frank Clifford, says, I don't know if this is from him or whether he's quoted from somebody else, be yourself. Everyone else is taken. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here, and leave your comments. Tell me what you're struggling with. Tell me if you are starting out professionally, what is the thing that is most challenging for you at the moment? Let's see if we can support each other. Thank you.